Say so!
Say so!
I need you, Caesar!
He's just a kid, bro.
It's just a kid, bro.
Done yet?
It's just a kid.
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
These moments pollute my mind. I live with them inside.
I have brain rot. Guys, it's bad. It's bad, guys.
The Invincible fan base must be stopped. The Invincible fan base are actual
Idiots.
They have no understanding of how these things work. They blame animators for everything. They are absolutely unhinged. Someone make it stop. Hi. If you don't know me, my name's Philip Ligon. And I love Invincible. Do you guys want some AI slop? Or do you want actual handcrafted 2D animation? Don't even get me started on the wobble edits. This cannot end well. Do you love blood and guts? How about gratuitous violence? How about trash animation that looks like it was from 20 years ago? I've got just the show for you. In all seriousness, guys, yes, so topic of the day is Invincible. I wanted to talk a little bit about the series and the comic book series as well. I know it's like super hyped right now. I've been actually a fan of the comic book series before it was ever a show, and to prove it, I got it right here. Got this brick of a freaking book right here. So yeah, Invincible is a show unlike any other, and a comic book series even before that. I was actually a fan way before the show came out, and my high school buddies can vouch for me. I was binging those books just like I showed you way before anybody else was, and the series, I believe, came out in 2001. It started, it was a 16-year run, comic book run by Robert Kirkman, Ryan Ottley, and Cory Walker. And of course, the original creators was Cory Walker and Robert Kirkman. I highly respect these guys. These guys are like my heroes. They made it over at a publisher called Image Comics. Let me back up just a second. I just want to talk a little bit about the series and my love of the book, and just to give you guys a little bit of insight into a fan of the actual comics. And I think it would be kind of fun to kind of commentate on all the different conversations going on right now. Like, you know, the Invincible fans, they are a different breed. And, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit about that. It's quite interesting to see the journey that the series has had. Robert Kirkman, the writer of the book, he is known from creating The Walking Dead. He's really a pioneer and one of a kind, really. He is truly someone that I admire as someone who wants to break into comics one day. I really love what he's been able to build. He's founded this company, Skybound, as well, that also, I believe, publishes their own comics. And, I guess I wanted to kind of touch a little bit about the hype of the series and what's the deal with everyone hating on Invincible right now. It's kind of an interesting subject, in my opinion. I think that Invincible has a lot of layers to it. If you love something like Spider-Man meets Superman, it's kind of where the series starts out. And then as the story goes, for all the fans that know, there's quite a bit of twists and turns. And it is definitely a subject of expect the unexpected. You don't know what's going to come next. And in my opinion, that was one of the best parts of the entire series, was just being blown away by surprise after surprise. And it really just kept you turning those pages and, kept me hooked personally. And yeah, I think that the show came around 2020, around the pandemic, you know, and it really took the world by storm. If you don't know, online, a lot of the fans have been hating on the animation style, and you know, maybe some of it's valid. But I thought I would give my 2 cents and talk a little bit about it. I think that the animation, considering the schedule that they have to keep up, really a yearly schedule, and there's not a huge Pixar team working on these things, you know, guys. I think that it's important to know, you know, keep things in perspective. Like, there are not hundreds of animators working on this, like something like a Spider-Verse movie, or, you know, whatever the newest thing Pixar or DreamWorks has got coming out. You know, these things are, you know, made by a relatively small team. Everyone's a human being, right? And, you know, I think that people need to kind of remember sometimes that, you know, even those guys are, you know, real people too. In all seriousness, you know, they're really hard workers, and I respect the hell out of them, you know, because they're grinding day and night to get these things out on their deadlines. And, you know, that's something to be commended, in my opinion. But, you know, a lot of the fans, you know, feel that they can just like mock up a lot of the frames and put like different shaders of lighting to improve the show. And, you know, like, you know, that may look better, and I would love that myself, but they have a lot on their plate. So, you know, I think that that's definitely something to take into account. But, you know, enough of that. I think that let's just talk about how much fun Invincible is in general. I think Invincible is really just such a breath of fresh air for anybody who's like me, who loves comics and superheroes and Marvel and DC and all that. I think that it's really a blast, and it's really a masterclass in subverting expectations and kind of taking what you know and leading you down one way and then twisting and turning right when you don't expect it. And Robert Kirkman is a total genius for that. And I love that guy. You know, and, you know, as far as I can tell, he just seems like another guy like you and me. And I think that it's pretty interesting to watch the popularity of the show grow. And I think, you know, as each season goes by, the fan base grows. And, you know, that's awesome to see. I love to see any kind of comic book property get the hype that it's getting, you know, especially when it deserves it like this. And yeah, so I guess it's kind of funny to see how much fans love to just kind of dog on the show. You know, it's quite a interesting thing to observe. You know, it's an incredible series for sure. And so anyway, it's just definitely a show that means a lot to me. And I'm an artist, so I love both artists. You know, I think they're both great, Corey Walker and Ryan Otley. And I met Ryan Otley, great dude. Man, his lines at cons are the biggest you'll ever see, though. He definitely is in demand. And it's really cool to watch something like this really take off and blow him up, and, you know, he deserves it all for sure. And Corey Walker, you know, I know that guy gets a lot of hate for some reason. And, you know, it's not that one is better than the other. I would say that they're both great, and they're just different. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that Corey Walker's style is clearly more simple, and it's streamlined, and just the line work is very fluid, and I love it. It's a phenomenal style. I also love Ryan Otley because, you know, he's got a whole bunch of like cross hatching going on, a whole different style. It's just completely different, but great in its own respect. And so, you know, I love that, you know, kind of both artists can kind of coexist. Obviously, Corey Walker was the one who ended up being the main character designer of the show, and so his style is reflected in the show itself. So I asked Ryan Otley actually about that when I was at a con, and he told me that a lot of people have asked him the same thing, and this was a couple years ago at this point. I think this was back in like season 2 or something like that. and so I can tell that he gets that quite a lot. But he was essentially saying that you know, his style wouldn't necessarily translate because it's just more detailed, and you know, animation is really about frame by frame, and so there's hundreds of thousands of drawings by the time you get an episode. So you know, think of that, like, dude, like Disney animators, like it takes like years to do like a couple minutes or something like that. Like it's crazy. Like I don't know exactly, I'm not an animator, so you know, don't take my word for it, but you know, animation is a grind, man. It takes a lot of work to just get a couple minutes, and we, you know, it's only natural to kind of take some of that for granted. So you know, these are like full length episodes, like almost an hour long, like 45 minutes around that. So you know, they're gonna have to cut some corners. I know all the memes about the JPEGs, man, you know, but it's you know but you know, they're trying their best, and I think it's important to kind of keep that in perspective, I guess. Invincible, it deserves all the hype, in my opinion. I just want to say, like, why I love Invincible. You know, I love Invincible because it's got great characters. And by the way, I have to say, I think that the book itself, you know, they're really compressing a lot of what was written in the series, which is kind of normal, and I think they're doing a great job. But I really loved all the character stuff in the actual book. If you haven't read it yourself, you know, Robert Kirkman has a great sense of humor. So there would be like certain little things that they wouldn't always have time for in the show or whatever that I really enjoyed. And because of the nature of the animation and all that, you know, like if one episode is like one equivalent to one issue of a comic or something like that, then, you know, by the end of the series, there's 144 issues. Like, that's a lot. We're not getting 144 episodes, guys. Sorry to break it to you. But I really feel that, you know, they're doing a great job, but I do miss some of that, you know, kind of character stuff. And I would argue that that was the best part of the show. But anyway, you know, I love Invincible, you know, for just that shock value. Like, it's just a masterclass. And I really can't recommend it enough to anyone who wants to try it out. It's totally worth it. I think Robert Kirkman is the man, and he definitely deserves all the success he's gotten, and same with Ryan Otley and Corey Walker. And I hope that we get much more Invincible stuff to come. So yeah, you know, I just love Invincible because it's just something fresh. It's really something new, and Robert Kirkman knows how to kind of keep you on your toes, and I really enjoy that aspect of the series. And yeah, so anyway, I guess that's about it. So level up that like button if you like this video, and thank you for your time this time. Until next time, Excelsior. I have so much brain rot.